We rehearsed it the night before in the Toronto train station in the men's room, just a quick run through, and Richard got sad and then more sad and more sad, and then we left to go to our hotel across the street. I said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I'm going to hurt a lot of people. I'm going to hurt a lot of black people by doing this." I said, "Well, didn't you read that scene about the shoe polish?" "Yeah, well, I guess so. Sometimes I have people read it to me, but I didn't get it." And now I said, "Well, we can get it changed. I'll talk to the director. I'll talk to Alan Ladd Jr. No, too late. It's too late. It's too late." And he went up to his room, and I went to mine. 15 minutes later, he called me, "Can I come down and talk with you?" I said, "Of course." He came down. I said, "Are you going to tell me now why you think it's too late?" He said, "A white man walks into the men's room. He sees another white man with shoe polish on his face, and he assumes, well, that's how niggers behave, that's how they act. Doesn't think for a minute that it's a white man. It must be a nigger because he's got all of his..." I said, "Well, what should it be?" And he said, "It should be a black man who comes in, sees you with the stuff. He knows right away that you're not an African American. He knows that you're white. And he says, 'I don't know what your problem is, mister, but you got to keep time. Keep time to the music.'" I said, "Well, that's a better scene." We called the director. He got a new person to come the next morning, and we did it the way that Richard thought. And if Richard hadn't come down to say that, I don't know that we would have been able to do the scene. Crazy.
Are there any areas in comedy that you can't use?
Well, but this was black and white
It
then.
is black and white. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's a sort of the adage that African Americans can use a whole range of vernacular that no white guy should ever.
That's right. That's right.
Jewish comedians can say what they like about Jewish.
That's right. In Blazing Saddles, his black friend, when he sees Cleon Little as the sheriff, really, he says, "You shiftless nigger." Well, you can't say that if it's a white man saying it, but a black man saying it to a black man can say that without it being offensive. Richard explained all this to me later on. Richard Pryor did, because we had occasion in, I think, Stir Crazy where it came up. But yeah, a Jew can say, "You kike, you, hey Jew," Mel used to, "Hey Jew boy, come here a minute, I want to talk to you." Well, you wouldn't say that if you weren't Jewish. "Hey Jew boy, come here a minute." But if it's a Jewish man saying it, you can.
Do you think that's okay? I mean,
Did you say, did you think that's okay? Is that what you just said? I think if they believe that, if that's the culture and they're used to it, sure. I mean, Jewish humor and black humor, they grow up in a culture where that's acceptable.